I was on tour with No Longer Music in Turkey, and one of the cities that we visited was Izmir. No Longer Music plays shows in the most bizarre of places. They're the only band I know of that have routinely for years now toured in the Middle East. And so they just show up wherever they can, usually with permission, sometimes without, but they'll show up. And so on this evening, they showed up at this park. It's next to the water. It's beautiful, and we're there, and they begin performing, and they've put on this show, and they've preached the gospel, and people have responded. And right as David Pierce is preaching the gospel, I noticed this group of like young Turkish men that have come over to the side close to where I was standing, and were like they had like a Turkish flag, they had like political party propaganda stuff. They were clearly trying to get the crowd to divert attention from David and from hearing the gospel to hearing whatever it was that they were trying to share, whatever their message was. And some of our team members went over and tried to calm them down. And so right as David finished, I felt the Holy Spirit was giving me several words of knowledge or thoughts for what Jesus wanted to do in healing and restoring people that were there listening. So I went over to David and I said, hey, can I have the microphone? Can I share a couple of words? So he gives me the microphone. I share a few thoughts that the Holy Spirit's given me. And it's dark, I can't really see well in front of me, but I just tell people, if any of these words apply to you, then just get up and go over to this like street lamp area where some of our team was. And I begin noticing people getting up and going over there. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So one of the guys who raised his hand is sitting like right in front of me. And I don't have any clue that the guy sitting right in front of me with his hand raised saying, hey, one of the things that you've said applies to me, was the same political party, leader of the political party that was trying to distract us and do his own thing. This young man, whose name is Josh Kuhn, which ironically means joyful, says, my life is horrible, my life's miserable, I have no joy, and I recognize joy in you. I want what you have. And I'm just like, okay, this is the craziest setup ever for sharing the gospel. Like, hey, I saw that what you have is amazing and I want it, so tell me how I get it. It's like, okay, well, I need to tell you the gospel of Jesus. I need to tell you the message of Jesus. And Shafak shares the gospel with him. He ends up saying right away, that's exactly what I want. I want to give my life to Jesus. So right then and there, we all kneel down on the ground and pray for Josh Kuhn that Jesus would come in and live with him and change his life. And we end up being able to buy him a meal and spend time with him and connect him to a local pastor, and other members of the team are praying over him, and he's just smiling. Whatever anti-racial, political, whatever kind of agenda he had was long gone, and Jesus had covered that. And the only thing, he was just so happy to have people that were loving on him and just being a part of his life. Jesus, thank you for being amazing. And I pray right now for that man, for Joyful, and for all of the others just like him that live in places like Turkey where the gospel rarely goes, that you would touch them, that you would move in power, that Holy Spirit, you would continue to grow their faith in Jesus, and that God, your Son Jesus, would be glorified in ways that we could only scratch our heads at.